And I kept on getting told that like people are allowed to have an opinion. My sister kept on telling me that, and it was like nobody is allowed to have an opinion on what happened to me. But AK formed an opinion nonetheless, and there was a situation, a time where AK in Wisconsin ended up going live, holding a live, calling me a liar about this situation. Now everybody knows that this live happened, but what people don't know is the hundreds of screenshots I have of conversations of what was happening behind the scenes. The vile things that was being said behind the scenes about this situation. And when AK came to me, she showed me some of her stuff. She showed me some of the receipts of her and my sister's conversation. I did not see it all, though. She blamed the live on Wisconsin. The live was held because of Wisconsin and my sister, but the screenshots that I have been given by Wisconsin shows that AK was the one actually wanting to go live and wanting to hold this live, and she was the one pushing for this live to happen. So when I had a conversation with AK after her live, and she told me her side of everything, she did not tell me the whole truth, and I didn't find out the whole truth until within the last month. AK, not only was she reaching out to people to reach out to the person who raped me, she was trying to get court documents about this situation. I have stayed very fucking silent on my behalf when it comes to this publicly. I've talked to my friends about it, yes, but I haven't spoken out publicly about it because every single time any small thing gets said about the situation, I have a sister who likes to post YouTube videos. AK listened in on a private conversation between me and my mom and my sister where I was crying because I wanted to unalive myself. And they used that and weaponized it and was like saying like, oh, well, if you were perfectly fine when you went back into that call with Nay, weren't you? As if you don't know how depression works. As if you don't know how it feels to actually want to unalive yourself. You know, people don't just go and tell everybody that they want to unalive themselves. I had a private conversation with my mom about that. And that was a topic of conversation that was had with them. AK has done some of the most vile things to me. And for people to be sitting there saying that I had a conversation with her, so it's okay now, it's not okay, none of this is okay, it was never okay, I'm not okay. Imagine how I feel. This topic might make you uncomfortable, but imagine how I feel. Imagine how it feels for me and for people to keep on bringing it up as a way of like them being good now because they did this really vile thing, but hey, I'm now getting therapy, so I'm good now. That doesn't make it okay. And who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm not allowed to be angry about it still? As if your comment, what was that comment? Everybody was perfectly fine until another thing happened and then you bring it up again. I was never okay with it. And I'm the one who brought it up. And then for other people to be talking about how Nay brought it up to AK in a private message. Nay's my best friend and she's been sitting there live restricted for...
Restart. Just restart.
Okay.
Everybody come back. See your live, but as long as we shared it to people and people continue to tell people about it, they can just look you up by name.
What were they trying to get you on the?
Easy.
I don't even know it was restricted because of the topic of conversation.
Yeah,
Because you're trying to tell your story, you're trying to get your truth out there.
literally.
It makes people uncomfortable. Like I said, if it makes you uncomfortable, imagine how the fuck
Yeah,
because you're trying to out there.
literally.
it makes you uncomfortable. Imagine how the fuck I feel.
Exactly. Exactly. But you are doing good, I am proud of you for getting your story out. You're doing great. Getting your story out. Nay, where'd you go?
How the hell do I do green screen when I'm a host?
You have to go to enhancements,
Okay.
and then you should be able to find a green screen.
I don't see it. I've never held lives.
Just talk about everything right now on green screen after.
I was gonna show my green screen of my diagnosis where it shows that I was diagnosed with PTSD. I'm not
You're
gonna
not
show
gonna
my
do that
whole
on
life.
here.
I'm not no because I'm not gonna do the whole last thing. I'm just gonna show that I was diagnosed. Actually,
Do that on here.
I'm not no because I'm not gonna do the whole last thing. I'm just gonna physically fucking diagnosed with PTSD in 2012. I was a child.
Duh, you don't have to prove anything to these
I don't
people.
think you should do that, though. I really don't.
You
Yeah,
don't
you
have
don't
to
have to.
prove, duh, you don't have to prove
Do that, though. I really don't.
shit to these people.
Just give your story. The last thing you said was private conversation with AK, and then you got restricted.
Oh, about you and Nay, KK and Nay. Oh, about you and Nay. You, MJ had a problem with Nay saying something to AK about my situation, but because it wasn't her business, but it wasn't your business either to talk about it, right? I have been in Discord calls for the last several days talking about how triggered I am over the fact that AK gets to play victim. Because that's what she's doing. She's playing victim. Kind of like when she held her live. And then when I had a conversation with her, she played victim to me too. She made me feel bad for her going live on me. Yep. She sent me a message as soon as the moment a Reddit post was made about her. She sent me a message because she wanted me to feel bad for her. Because if I felt bad for her and I let her in, nobody could talk bad to her about what she did to me, right? Because Amanda's okay with it, but Amanda never said she was okay with it. I'm not okay. I'm not okay at all. I haven't been okay. All what I have done is I have buried it down and I have continued to bury it down because I am so fucking forgiving to people. And I don't want anybody ever to feel alone. I don't want people to feel depressed because I am depressed and I know what that feels like and I don't wish that on my worst enemy. But what AK did was vile. I have over 100 screenshots in my phone of the conversations between her and my sister in Wisconsin. I have all of it where AK also covered for my sister with a few things that were disgusting. Like when my sister messaged my mom and also covered for my sister with a few things that were, my sister messaged my mom and told my mom that she was going to the hospital and my mom's like, I don't think she's actually going to go to the hospital. My sister messaged AK and told that she was going to the hospital, and my mom's like, I don't think she's actually gonna go to the hospital. Messaged AK and told AK flat out that she wasn't actually going to the hospital. She was just saying that so that maybe my mom would be lenient on her, would give her a break. And AK covered for her on that. Was like, yeah, she's going to the hospital. No, she wasn't. She wanted sympathy. And AK is like, it triggers the fuck out of me. And I feel like not everybody understands why it's triggering to me, but maybe people do. I don't know. It's triggering because she did such vile things to me. And then something happened to her, and everybody is like, oh, well, that's a terrible thing. And I genuinely, and this might make me a fucked up person, I genuinely cannot find it in me to give a fuck. I can't. Because I cared way too much for way too long. Just to get spit in my face. Just to be lied to. You were messaging Wisconsin that night. You were the one telling her you were going to go live. You were the one asking her to get into the live and asking her to go live. You were the one who got my sister in a Snapchat group with Wisconsin. You were the one who started that shit. That was you. And don't get me wrong, because I don't fuck with Wisconsin either. I don't fuck with either of you. I would never do that to somebody, even if I hated them. What happened to me was not okay. But yes, I was raped when I was a child. And another thing my sister likes to fucking throw in my face is how I was an admitted hoe when I was a child. Like, yep. Sure was. You literally have your innocence be stolen from you and then tell me how you're gonna react. Because my body wasn't my own in that moment, was it?
Amanda, I don't know if anyone has said this to you, but what happened to you was not your fault. But it was not your fault, honey. And it is very brave of you to come up here and tell your story.
Mm.
And your sister, I'm sorry. I know your one sister's in here and your mom's in here, but for your sister to do that is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm sure she was not raised to do that. I'm not going to speak for your mom. I'm not going to speak for your sister, but
She wasn't.
that was absolutely disgusting of her to do. For your sister, but
She wasn't.
that was absolutely disgusting of her to do.
Thank you. This entire topic triggers the fuck out of me. AK, you trigger the fuck out of me. And I will never sit with you again. I will never forgive you. And I am so sorry for that. Because I'm normally a forgiving person, but I can't. And what's really making it hard for me to move on. I'm normally a forgiving person, but I can't. And what's really making me from that is the fact that you try to use the fact that I tried to give you a second chance as a from that is the fact that you a second chance as a reason why it was okay, as a reason for us not to bring it up, even though I was the one hurt. I was the one fucking destroyed in a really vile, malicious way. Because not only did you hold live about this situation, you then went onto Reddit and taunted me. Taunted the fuck out of me. Because you weren't getting the response you wanted, because I was too quiet. And I told you on that Reddit post the reason why I was quiet. You wanted, because I was too quiet. And I told you it was because I had already said everything I needed to say to you. I wasn't quiet because I was scared. I was quiet because what the fuck else am I gonna do? But needless to say, for the people who have spoken on this situation as if it's something that has been talked about, dealt with, and is over with, you don't know the entirety of that situation. You were not there in the last call I had with AK where I flat out fucking told her that it's not done. It's not over. I am still hurt. I am still angry. And for her to be going to people and telling them that, well, me and her were okay, is fucking crazy. Because that's not what happened. So, that's all I needed to say, really. I mean, I don't know what else to fucking say.
So I hope that anybody that ever decides to speak on the situation again, or to anybody that has spoke on the situation, before you let a victim bring it up, ever decides to speak on the situation, that has spoke on the situation, before you let a victim bring it up herself. What I do in a private conversation with permission is what I do in a private conversation with permission. You don't have any. Mind your fucking business. Disrespectfully.
I'm proud of you, Amanda. That is one of the hardest things for a victim to do is talk about the situation, be it to a therapist, a friend,
Screaming.
uh,
Yeah.
uh, let alone 20 people on the internet. God knows how many watching from the For You page. Um, but I say again, it was not your fault.
Nope.
You were a child. You were a child. It is never the victim's fault. And for the people watching from the For You page, I will say it louder for the people in the back. She was a child, not her fault. She is for the people in the back. She was a child, not her. She is loved. Obviously, her mom's in here, her sister's in here, and she has friends that have her back. As Nay said, mind your business. If you do not have permission to talk on it, don't talk on it.
Thank you. So, I'm going to end this live where we can go back to Discord. But that's all I needed to say.
All right. To the Discord people.